Hi, I'm Felipe Cortez, and this is Weekender Live. We've got a few things to run through today, and I'm going to try to keep it short because I'm sure it's been a long week for a lot of people. It's been a long week for me, and there just weren't enough days to get everything done, and I'm still on my own. I'm working on getting another phone so I can do different stuff and maybe get more involved. Let's see. Let's start with the obvious. The Florida Parkland school shooting, mass shooting, crisis, whatever you want to call it, has everyone, trying to figure out how to argue against these gun grabbers because they are the minority. They're the ones on television, but that's not the majority. And they're hiding it. They're all really hiding it. So when I made a video about one high school thespian at Parkland, Stoneman Douglas High School, I got a community guidelines warning from YouTube. And without explanation, and it took me a few days to figure out that they really don't like the fact that there were actors there, and they really don't like the fact that we know there were actors there. And they really don't like the fact that everyone's going to catch up eventually. So I'm not sure what's going on with YouTube, but they're censoring anybody who's got anything to say that they disagree with. And so long as that continues, that really is going to make it harder for them. We will, most people might just turn away from whatever they've got to offer the same way everyone turns away from all that junk on television. Ratings are at an all-time low, in case you haven't noticed. The best place to check that out is www.drudgereport.com. They show the ratings of everything, and not everything, but a bunch of stuff, and their ratings are dropping massively. I don't know how they're going to keep up with the lies, but I hope they don't keep up with them too much longer. It does look like they're at this weird, it's almost over and they're gasping at the last thing they can reach. And I'm not for that kind of censorship, and I don't know how they make their deals, or I'm not too involved in that. I do know that they look bought out. It's sad. It's sad. I got censored. I have 3 views on it. I don't know how many views I would have gotten on that because it's a pretty, as I discovered, it's a pretty familiar search title. So I should have at least 5 views, or 7 maybe. Whatever, I'm not going to complain. People that know, and people can check out my stuff whenever, and anyone who starts donating, I will be very grateful. Anyone who starts buying stuff, I will be grateful too. It's not like before. It's not like when it was neutral. Right now, when after they introduced net neutrality, things are very unneutral now, and being censored is just part of what the agenda is. So we have to fight censorship. I'm going to re-upload that video differently, and I'm not sure if it was Facebook messing with me or if my phone is just on its way out, or I'm not sure what. But my video got turned on its side before I got censored. So, when I posted it, I guess it looked easy to censor. Whatever. I'm going to post it again. I'm going to post it not turned on its side, and we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to give it a new title. Instead of calling them actors, I'm going to call them portrayers of characters, and see if YouTube likes that one. It might work. I hope it does. And we'll see how that goes. There's a lot of people being censored on that. It's been confirmed that that David Hogg is some kind of actor at his school, some kind of thespian. Granted, I wouldn't give you $1 for your acting, but whatever, man. It's like the same thing. It's like you probably wouldn't give $1 for my songs. It doesn't mean I'm not a musician, man. It's not how you look at it. It's how you don't lie. And I don't need to. And he did. He certainly did lie. He has certainly been in more acting training than I've had. So I kind of want to call him an actor. You know, I have a respect for high school talent. I remember being talented in high school in more than just music. So when people don't see that real talent, you know, I kind of feel like those people are full of it. He's full of it. He's totally full of it. He's so full of it, he'd rather sell out to whatever CNN's selling. And it ain't no good. So I can afford to call him an actor. And he's not alone. There's one young lady by the name of Emily or Alicia. And I can't pronounce this one. Whoever this family is, wherever you are, I'm not trying to butcher your name, but Emily or Alicia, whoever she is, deserves me to butcher her name. So I'm going to mess with her name. Emily, it's either Sucher, or Sucker. So Emily Sucher is very much like Alicia Sucher on IMDb. You might want to check that out. Emily Sucher, Sucher, from Stoneman Douglas High School, looks just like Alicia Sucher on IMDb. Exactly the same. It's like, it's not an accident. It's very suspicious whenever you see real actors at these crises, and it's happened more than once. It happens to be an earmarker of staged false flag events, which this very much looks like. So I have more research to do on that before I can make bigger jokes on the lies they want us to believe, because I'm not going to sit here and believe the lies. I'm just going to laugh at them and show people what a charade they're trying to pull on us. Here in Whittier, California, there were two copycats. The first one was in El Camino High School, and that one was pretty serious. There was a young man who brought a gun to school, and I guess he told people he was going to go shoot people, and a security guard pulled him aside. Cool guy, man. I want to go interview him. I may not be able to right away. I want to. He's a cool guy. Pulled him aside, followed procedure, got him arrested. Saved the day. The guy had a gun. And I know that's cool and dandy, but like the reality is that his brother's now in trouble, and he should be. He let the boy, or he allowed the gun to be available to him, and I understand that's something that he's going to deal with. The other stuff he's being charged with, like the AR-15, I've been against California's AR-15 ban forever because California's gun laws are ridiculous. I mean, that security guard and the police officers who continued and followed up and arrested the suspect proved we don't need the gun laws, because if people are doing their job, paying attention to the youth, paying attention to what they're going through, maybe, just maybe, you can prevent a mass shooting crisis. They did in Whittier, so I'm very proud of them. I shouldn't even say proud, because I had nothing to do with their training or their upbringing, but they're cool guys. They did the right thing, and I'm glad they did the right thing. After that, the reason I'm against the AR-15 ban is because that includes soldiers, and soldiers need their tools to go to work. And if you're gonna treat the public of California like they're stupid, you should be reminded that those soldiers who keep their tools at home are some of the finest human beings that California has to offer to the world. Many of them are Trump supporters. Is that why they're not being treated as equals? Is that why California law is trying to criminalize them? Because really, when it comes right down to it, the average military personnel is our best friend in a time of crisis? Maybe. There was another copycat in Whittier, California. One at Whittier High School. That's actually really close to me. It's not quite as far as the El Camino one. The Whittier High School one is pretty serious, but that teenager was taken into custody right away. Another great call by the police department and whoever turned him in. I don't have enough details on that one right now. When they are made available, I'll report on it. And I'm gonna go right back to Parkland again because this sheriff needs to resign. I personally believe he should be in jail. There were 6 police officers who visited Nicholas Cruz to calm him down and see what was going on with him many, many times. The sheriff knew about that. They all told the sheriff why they went, so it's like the school knew, police officers knew, the sheriff knew, the sheriff decided not to do anything. Did he want to ban guns? Did he want an excuse to ban guns? It's starting to look like a false flag. Because it looks like so much like a false flag, I'll say that he probably belongs in jail. And I hope he gets investigated. He really should resign. It might shut me up for a few days. And certainly the street jokes won't be there. The big problem with these gun grabbers is that they're all looking like hypocrites. You're real hurt when teenagers get killed, and so am I. I didn't like all the gangbangs and drive-bys they did in the 90s. Really close to me. I didn't like any of that. Why are so many of these gun grabbers for abortion? Like, you want to kill them when they're babies? It's okay to kill those babies, but not the other babies. It's not okay to kill babies with bullets. It's okay to, stick a vacuum in there or throw them in a blender. That's okay, huh? There's some weird sick logic in there that's just hilarious. It needs to be ridiculed. I'll do that. The other really massive crisis that we have in America is an opioid crisis. There is more opioid deaths than there are mass shooting. Why don't these gun grabbers do anything about the opioid crisis? Because they love people that are addicted. That's why. They love addiction. They love the suffering. They love the storytelling involved. They're just complete parasites on humanity, aren't they? Probably. And I'm going to wrap this up quick because I really, really want to get going, and I really want to be clear about a bunch of stuff that I'm doing. Gibson Guitars is in some serious financial trouble, which is something that we all want to avoid. The CEO is blaming the stores for not selling the guitars right. That's ridiculous, okay? No guitar out there right now has had more coverage than Gibson Guitars. There's nobody out there. Whatever reputation the company has earned, the company has done it to themselves. Let's talk quality, which is what Gibson is known for. What did Gibson do immediately after they got a bunch of publicity? 2012, 2013? They caved immediately. They caved to the federal regulations limiting where they can get their woods from and how they get their woods and all that good stuff. What happened? What happened was people lost faith in Gibson again. That's a bad move. The other thing that Gibson has never done, they don't make guitars that are comfortable to play while standing. It's ridiculous that you guys are blaming salespeople for something that you're not doing. Okay? My only resolve for that is buy a Sounds of Chaos guitar. It's Brian Herrador's guitar. He's making them. I'm refinishing them. Not refinishing them. I'm branding them. Literally. Branding. I'm physically doing the branding myself. I'm very involved in the creation of this guitar. I don't know how to draw. If I did, I would draw something cool, but I don't. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting for Brian to finish up the pieces, and then I'll paint them, and I'll brand them, and I'll test them and make a video for them. Right now we're on the first one, and you can custom order your own Sounds of Chaos guitar. You can check my other videos to see what it looks like. I'm going to try to finish this one when the weather gets a little nicer, and I'll definitely have a video for it because I can't wait to start playing it. I just started jamming on the whammy on my GNX 3000, and it's fantastic. I can't wait to do some cool solos on it and stay in tune, which is something I've never been able to do with a tremolo kind of effect. So I'm really excited about that. The other thing you can do to help me out is you can buy a few records. You can buy a $2 pocket jukebox, Bare and Beautiful 4-song CD, homemade. You can get the pocket jukebox Pass Identifier 2-song CD for $2. Or you can get the 450 Stalkers Board in the USA with a side that is called this side's heads and this side's tails. I have to explain this. I don't know when I'm going to get a time. I don't know when I'm going to get time to finish this video or start this video for the record, because it needs a little bit of an explanation. But I will try to get it done as soon as possible, because I think there's a few questions about this that some people might really enjoy the answers to. Okay, and you can also, if you're a big spender and you're a filmmaker and you want to do things the right way and be totally awesome, I've got a WGA registered script for Lobo. Well, it was registered a long time ago. For Lobo, it's a DC character and a Warner Brothers character. And it's the origins. And just to make things interesting, I went ahead and threw in the epic battle with Superman. If you know what I'm talking about, you read it. It's cool stuff. It's all in there, and it's going to be a very quick read, actually, because all the fight scenes I am leaving up to the director. So if you're interested in making a movie, I've got the script for Lobo. You can buy it from me. Thank you very much. My name is Felipe Cortez, and this is Weekender Live.